Ukrainian defense forces have thwarted an attempted Russian offensive in the eastern Zaporizhzhia region. Ukrainian assault aircraft have cleared the villages of Solodke and Rivnepillia, while fighting continues near Poltavka and Uspanovka, from where the enemy attempted to break through toward Hulyaipole. The commander of the assault troops of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Valentin Menko, reported this on November 8. After regrouping, fighting is now underway in Poltavka and Uspanovka. The enemy attempted to advance toward Hulyaipole, but thanks to the coordinated actions of our attack aircraft, they were stopped, he noted. According to him, Ukrainian units have completely cleared Solodke and Rivnepillia, which are located north of Hulyaipole in the Polahovsky district, of occupiers. The enemy attempted to infiltrate toward these settlements, but we've already cleared them and moved on. We're currently continuing operations in the Uspanovka and Poltavka areas, Menko added. At the same time, Russian troops, according to him, continue to push reinforcements to the east of the Zaporizhzhia region, preparing to resume assault operations. Earlier, deep state analysts pointed out discrepancies between statements by various military departments regarding control over populated areas within 6 to 8 kilometers and reports of the enemy's capture of Uspanovka and Pavlovka. While the Southern Defense Forces claimed full control of Pavlivka and Uspanivka, deep state reports that the enemy has captured these towns and blocked Ukrainian units in Novomykolaiivka. Deep State notes that information about the situation along the contact line from various defense forces directorates vary significantly. For example, the head of the Assault Units Directorate, Menko, reported that the Ukrainian armed forces had cleared Solodke and Rivnepillia. Meanwhile, the Southern Defense Forces previously claimed full control of Pavlivka and Uspanivka. Why statements from different departments differ by 6 to 8 kilometers is an open question, analysts note. Recently, the head of the Unmanned Systems section of the 141st Brigade said that Russian forces intensified in the Oleksandrovsk direction, at the border of Zaporizhzhia, Donetsk and Dnipropetrovsk regions. The Russian army is trying to outflank Ukrainian positions, but to no avail. Information about the occupation of Pavlivka was denied by the Southern Defense Forces of Ukraine. The defense sector emphasizes that the situation in eastern Zaporizhzhia region remains tense. Ukrainian units continue to steadily hold the line and hinder the enemy's advance.
Around 2,000 Colombians are fighting in the Ukrainian Defense Forces against the Russian occupiers, according to the German publication Die Welt, citing insider information. According to Die Welt, the influx of foreign volunteers from South America into the Ukrainian armed forces is so large that some brigades have formed separate companies of them. Previously, only military personnel were accepted, but now even those with no experience are accepted. Before being sent to the front, foreign volunteers undergo training. For example, the 47th Mechanized Separate Brigade is said to have a unit composed almost entirely of Colombians. Volunteers from other South American countries also serve there. In August of this year, the publication Hromadski reported that the Ukrainian ground forces have approximately 8,000 foreign volunteers from various countries. About 40% of them are from South American countries. According to Konstantin Melevsky, acting head of the Department for Coordination of Military Service for Foreigners in the Ukrainian Armed Forces, while at the beginning of the full-scale invasion, 100 to 150 foreigners per month were joining the Ukrainian armed forces. By the summer of 2025, the figure had increased to approximately 600. The benefits and social guarantees for foreign volunteers are the same as for Ukrainian citizens. Many foreign volunteers join the Ukrainian armed forces for the salary, around €3,000 per month. But many also want to stop the army of an aggressor country, knowing that Russian dictator Vladimir Putin will not stop in Ukraine. Ukrainian economist Roman Sheremeta wrote on his X social media page that as of October the 27th, 2025, 348 Colombians had died fighting in the Ukrainian Defense Forces against the Russian occupiers. Additionally, 100 US citizens, 91 Georgian citizens, over 50 Belarusian citizens, 49 Russian citizens, over 40 British citizens, 37 Azerbaijani citizens, over 30 Brazilian citizens, 20 French citizens, and others gave their lives in the war against the Russian occupiers. In total, volunteers from 65 countries died defending Ukraine from the Russian invasion. Recall, support for Ukraine goes far beyond weapons and sanctions. Volunteers from across the world fight under Ukrainian command. Foreign nationals have taken part in Ukraine's military efforts since 2014, though in the early stages of the conflict, most foreign fighters supported pro-Russian separatists in Donetsk and Luhansk. Of the more than 17,000 foreign fighters active from 2014 to 2019, fewer than 4,000 were on Ukraine's side, and these included around 3,000 Russian citizens. On February the 27th, 2022, just days after Russia launched its full-scale invasion, Ukraine began recruiting for the International Legion of its territorial defense forces. Ukrainian officials initially claimed 20,000 volunteers from over 50 countries had signed up.
A resistance movement inside Russia has destroyed 4 logistical facilities belonging to the occupying country. The information was reported by the main intelligence directorate of the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense. At the end of October and the beginning of November, members of the movement carried out sabotage operations against infrastructure that supports the logistics of the Russian army. In the city of Sterli-Tamak, Bashkortostan, they set fire to 3 communication towers that provided military units with communication and information. In the city of Vologda, in the Vologda region, a relay cabinet on a railway line used for transporting military equipment was also set ablaze. Participants in the operation stated that each destroyed facility means fewer weapons, shells, and fuel being sent to the front for the occupying army.